что, здесь не сохранится потом после этого момента? Где-то здесь вход был. Сейчас еще микро посмотрю. Так, вот. Раз, два, три. Ага, работает вроде. Так. Мгм. Вот здесь вход, который пробегал несколько раз. Минус 1. Помню еще управление. В смысле? Где вход? Что-то странно. Опять как в тот раз будет такая же фигня. 10 раз отбегу его. Ну вот он вход сюда. Так, что там дальше? По квесту, скорее всего, пойду. Угу. Да. Получается, назад он будет возвращаться. Здесь только по прямой, и все, сейчас там все зачищено было. Пожалуй, перк вкачаю, а то пустой оставлять его неохота. Так неудобно здесь нацеливаться. Так, позволяет носить больше урона с помощью... Ну, ага, пригодится. Не лишнее. Замораживает все. Надо было попробовать на крестик завязать. Так, сейчас звук погромче сделать здесь в телефоне. Проверю баланс. Не надо громче делать. Очень тихий. Настройки уровня микрофона. Так. Давай вот так вот сделаю. Так вот. Ага. Раз, 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 раз. Раз, 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 раз. В принципе, ок. Сделаю только чуть-чуть потише его. А, я не сохранил. А вот так вот. Раз, 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 раз. Раз, 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 раз. Блин. Раз, 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 два, три, раз, два, три, раз, 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 два, три. А зачем блокирую его? Я еще чуть-чуть потише сделаю тогда. Ну-ка тут соберу. Слишком громко. Вот так вот все. Надеюсь, ок. Так. Сейчас проверка звука, проверка звука. Раз, два, три, раз, два, три, раз, два, три, раз, раз, раз. Вроде бы нормально пока. Так. Угу, побежали дальше. В принципе, баланс кое-какой есть. Ну, туда, ок. Телефон туда пока на зарядочку поставлю. Еще выгреватель надо поменьше сделать. Горячо. Где эта хренотень? Так вот, на половинку. Все, побежали. О, еще какой-то знак вопроса. Окей. О, сегодня что-то выпало. В смысле, ты встал обратно? Вот. Скриншотик. Зашибись. О, костерчик. Уже 2 из 3. Это вообще балдежно. Так. Сначала карту проверю. Еще какие-то заказы. Ну, пойду к квесту тогда. Что? Кто где? А, вот. Здесь даже не замедляются. Смотри. Походу обманули меня. Ну ладно. Может там дальше перк откроется. Хотя в принципе я там не видел, не помню даже. Не замедляет он. Может там кольцо нужно для замедления? Ладно, побежали дальше. Сейчас вот здесь вот соберу. Какое удивительное место. Священники, так, раз, два. Признаться, мне любопытно сюда. Найти отца. Ок. В принципе, ок. Только качество побольше поставлю. Вот 144 мне показывают. Вот. Сейчас покручусь, посмотрю битрейт нормальный, там не шакальный. Битрейт, проверка битрейта, проверка битрейта. Ну, нифига себе. Почти идеальный. Точно такой хорошенький. Посмотреть. Стихийная ловушка. Сколько у меня уже их? 6 штук только. Так, к северу от Эдема обнаружено логово Йорланов. Если идете по северо-западной дороге, готовьтесь к бою или прячьтесь в кустах. Того, кто уничтожит логовище, ждет награда. Предоставляем. А что со звуком какая-то хрень? Ну ладно. Обращаюсь ко всем добрым людям, которые будут пересекать Видвели. Мой брат пошел оттуда из любопытства, да так и не вернулся. Если кто найдет его тело, прошу вас, похороните, чтобы он упокоился с миром. Кошель с монетами, наверное, еще при нем. Возьмите себе как награду за доброе дело. О, адекватный звук. А тут до этого какая-то хрень была. Ладно, пофиг. Не особо критично. А можно посмотреть где-то эти поручения? Так, тир доп. Вот это новые дали, да? Мгм. Ко всем добрым людям, которые будут пересекать, мой брат пошел туда из любопытства. Ты так и не вернулся. Ладно, потом забью пока на эту фигню. Тут еще квестовое место есть? А, это через карту. А куда это ведет? Жилище Лера. Дай пока по прямой сгоняю, посмотрю, что там за знаки вопроса. Там, скорее всего, просто двери. Там 2 здания должно быть. А, нет, там челики, с которыми можно попиздеть. Но я с ними не буду говорить. А что тут еще есть? А, входы просто в дома, да. Ну, как я и говорил, здесь 2 домика. Так, дальше пошли. Не, здесь прям вообще адекватный звук. Там под каждую игру он свой. Это проблемка. Какая-то игра тише, какая-то громче. Пока сохранюсь. Угу, да, сохранить. Угу. 20 часов уже наиграно. А сколько у меня подписка кончается, кстати? Так и не посмотрел. Оставшееся время 13 часов у меня подписки. Быстрее какой-то. Добро пожаловать в Эдем, оплот веры, гармонии, цивилизации в этих диких землях. Спасибо, я Десарда, мистер... Рад встрече, я отец... Могу помочь. Об украденных скрижалях. Давай скрижалях спросим.
That's excellent news. The loss of the tablets is a catastrophe. We have to find them at all costs. If you want to learn more about these tablets, you should go ask Sister Eugenia. She supervises the theologians who discovered them, and were also guarding them. You should find her a bit further in the village, with her colleagues.
Who are the suspects of this theft?
The heretical brutes of the village of Vedlug most likely had a hand in this. They must have wanted to please the demons they worship by stealing the holy word from us.
How could they have learned of the tablet's existence?
Perhaps the demons are giving them this power. Unless one of the natives living in the village innocently mentioned them. They are so naive. Either way, I am certain that the heretics are involved in this matter.
Все. Поговорить с богословами. Ну, узнать больше об истории Эдема.
I must leave you. Goodbye.
May the enlightened always keep you in their divine blessing.
I wonder what really happened when the missionaries came to settle here.
It all seems a bit too convenient. If we find out some information about the history of Eden, maybe we'll change our view on things. The theft of the relic is probably not a coincidence.
Поехали так. Куда здесь идти? А, здесь недалеко. Стоп, чё? Узнать больше об истории? Это у кого? У этого челика? Давай.
I'm glad to see you, my child. What can I do for you?
Спросить жизни, обстановки. Создание деревни Эдем.
Tell me about how you created this village.
We did not create it from the ground up. It was built around an existing native village. The islanders called it Vixenagad, which translates to the village of the old sage. We saw it as a sign. The natives had probably chosen this name in memory of Saint Matthias, and everything here fit the description of Saint Lucius. The discovery of the tablets proved us right. So, we decided to rebuild our Eden here, in the spirit of peace and harmony which is described in the scriptures.
Ну чё, всё? А, нет. Ну, о жизни с
Why
местными
share
давай.
this village with the natives?
To replicate and resume the work of our founder, of course. If he came here and managed to convert the natives, then it is our duty to do the same thing. By living side by side with them, it is much easier for us to pass on our teachings.
Обстановочка в деревне какая есть.
How well do you get along with the natives who live here?
Very well, of course. Especially since those who opposed our presence left.
Left? To go where?
Oh, to other villages, I imagine. Does it even matter? Those who stayed are on the path of enlightenment. Some of their legends must have been about Saint Matthias. That helped to convince them.
Отношения к соседскими
And how well have neighboring
деревнями.
villages welcomed you?
With some reluctance, to be perfectly honest. So, we sent them missionaries. There are still frequent conflicts with the village of Vedlug, a highly violent village of heretics. But the other villages, the more peaceful ones, are slowly starting to listen to the sacred word.
There is something strange here.
It often takes time for the people of the continent to get used to our paradise, but I am sure you will come to appreciate it.
Все.
I must leave you. Goodbye.
May the enlightened always keep you in their divine blessing.
Квест пропал, а это... Ну да, здесь все в одной деревушке находится. Они что, через дорогу, что ли? Ну ладно. В принципе, здесь как-то так образно все находится. Далеко тоже делать бесполезно. Брат, сестра. Чё? Что-то пришло. Ладно, фиг с ним.
I am
Поговорить.
busy. If you have questions, go see Sister Eugenia. She's our supervisor.
Hello. The Mother Cardinal asked me to help you find the tablets that were stolen. Can I ask you some questions?
Of course. But hurry, I have a lot to do.
Погромче сделай, громко, какая-то тихая. А если здесь его выкрутить на 0? Ее слышно вообще будет? Интересно. А, слышно все равно. Ну ок. Значит, от самой игры зависит. Ой, прям как-то громко. Так. Спросить о создании Эдема.
The Mother Cardinal told me that this village had been developed on the basis of St. Lucius's writings. Are you one of the theologians who helped in its creation?
Yes. I was sent here to confirm that this place is indeed the one described in the writings. And then I stayed.
Были ли нападения?
Were there any confrontations with the natives?
Yes. The warriors of the village attacked us. The Ordo Luminous actually had to intervene. The Inquisition managed to make them run away. The islanders tried to attack again with the support of Vedlug, but we stood our ground. And when Lur, the chief of the village, finally accepted our presence, things calmed down.
Ну окей. Так, что здесь дальше? Так, были ли нападения, я уже спрашивал. Так, спросить, как к ним отнеслись
What
островитяне.
was the reason?
Most of them were not in favor of us living amongst them. They were afraid we might chase them out of their own village. And there were even more protests once we started talking about searching for traces of Saint Matthias. I suppose they thought we would destroy all of their raised stones and other places of superstition.
Thank you. This information will certainly prove to be useful. Thank you. I will let you work.
Все? Не понял. С этим челом еще нужно поговорить?
I am busy. If you have questions, go see Sister Eugenia. She's our supervisor.
Пофигу. Может, типа со всеми надо поговорить?
If you are saying that these tablets bear
нельзя.
writings from the very hand of our holy founder, then we must find them. Without them,
Do you have any ideas about who stole the tablets?
some of the village savages killed us.
I am busy. If you have questions, go see
Больше
Sister
не с кем
Eugenia.
поговорить. А, вот еще
She's our
какой-то.
supervisor.
Там еще есть сарайчик, в который можно залезть. Костерчик горит мой. Ладно, здесь по верхушке пойду. А, тут нельзя. Даже не спуститься. Дай пройти, дай пройти, дай пройти. Можно, в принципе, потом еще в колду поиграть напоследок. Что за звуки? А, тут нельзя пройти. Думал, вот здесь за этой фигней что-то есть. Я, пожалуйста, сохранюсь. Ну, не кубит битрейт нормальный вроде. Насчет звука я хз. Мгм. Так. Открыть. Все одинаковые, что ли, жилища? Так и не пойму. Ну, в принципе, что там делать немного, да? Игрушка не такая уж, как AAA.
Hello.
Среднячок.
I am Lair, the village leader. Well, I was the leader of this village.
Hello. Desarde. I am the legate of the merchant congregation.
There are Onol Manawi among the Logaed Blau. I
Sure.
did not know that. What do you want from me?
Так, спросить об Эдеме.
I've heard
Так
a lot
что?
of things about this village of Eden, but I'd like to hear your version.
I'm not sure I have the answers to all of your questions, but I'll try.
О приходе телемцев. Талемцев, может? Телемцев. 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 Странное слово какое-то, ну ладно.
Tell me about the arrival of the people of Teleme and how
Ah,
you received
Telema.
them.
The priests were roaming around the village. They were saying that it was the place where their saint had lived. They were asking questions, talking about the light and all these things. One morning they were building houses next to ours. And we had new neighbors.
Давай о смене
The
веры.
priests told me that they had managed to convert you. How did that happen?
As long as we refused to listen to them, they were violent, and they destroyed some of our sanctuaries. So we let them talk. And now that they think that we love their god, they leave us alone. Some of the things they say are beautiful, and their magic is impressive. But we do not forget our spirits.
Спросить о скрижалях.
One of the theologians told me that you had helped them in their research.
They wanted to find tracks of the old sage, of the one they call Saint Matthäus, and they were rummaging through everything. Our Donegad did not want to tell them anything, because the old sage is sacred here. But since they violently interrogated everyone, I thought it wise to guide them to the place where the stones were.
Почему ушли воины?
What happened to your warriors? Why did they have to leave the village?
They did not accept the presence of the priests and their questions. They tried to retake the village. They even asked Deirdre, the chief of Vedlug, for her help. So, the priests called the Soul Lasser, the Burning Suns, and they killed many of them. I asked for peace, and the others left us. They wanted to join. They have done so.
Aren't you angry after all that happened?
No. I mourn those who died, of course, and the Vorstyrent. But this village may be our opportunity.
Your opportunity for what?
For the Renaigse to understand who we are. Not savages, nor monsters, but men, perhaps wiser than they are.
I have to go.
Like so many others.
Надеюсь, все. Деревня Эдем. Да что, в чем проблема? Со всеми уже поговорил. Что, к нему надо второй раз подойти, что ли, не пойму. Ну, подойду тогда второй раз. Подойду второй раз. Подойду второй раз. Подойду второй раз. Вот так вот. Что прям тараторию как невозможно. Сейчас тогда с челиком надо будет побездить. Так, поговорить.
Can I ask you some questions?
Of course. But hurry, I have a lot to do.
Спросить об украденных скрижалях.
I talked to Father Justinius. He told me that you were supervising the theologians here.
Indeed. It is under my supervision that the research on Saint Matthias is conducted.
Спросить, кого она подозревает о краже.
Whom do you suspect of being the thief?
Alas, I'm afraid there are many suspects. These tablets are priceless relics. Some settlers may have fallen prey to the lure of profit. The heretical natives of Vedlug may have wanted to take them away from us. Or it could have been vengeance by those who had to leave the village.
Где хранились скрижали?
Where were the tablets the night they were stolen?
We were keeping them in one of the village's shacks. We intended to bring them to San Matthias later. But first, we wanted to examine them in order to obtain as much information as possible. You can go and take a look in the shack if you want to. But I couldn't find any traces of forced entry.
Так, кто охранял скрижали?
I imagine someone was keeping watch over them.
Of course, we took turns guarding the shack. But some of us can't have taken the task that seriously. If I remember correctly, it was Brother Virgil who was guarding them that night.
Well, thank you for these pieces of information.
I am the one who should be thanking you. Especially if you managed to retrieve the tablets for us.
Пойдем к Вергилиусу. Расследовать кражу. Надо к Вергилиусу сходить. Он же последний охранял, последний видел скрижали. Так. Это человек, который не хочет со мной говорить, да? Надо квиксейв сделать, потому что сейчас на рандоме, скорее всего, все будет идти. Так. Жалко, именно F5 нету. Было бы вообще офигенно. Так, продолжить игру, давай, все. Поговорить. Поговорить.
I'm handling the investigation into the theft of the tablets. Sister Eugenia told me to talk to you.
I'm Brother Virgil. What would you like to know?
Поговорить об украденных скрижалях.
According to your colleague, you were the one in charge of guarding the tablets on the night of the theft. Is that right?
Indeed.
А ночи, когда произошла кража.
What can you tell me about that night? Did you hear or see anything?
No, nothing in particular. The night was quiet, and then the morning after, we saw they were gone.
Someone had to enter the shack to steal the tablets. How did that happen?
I have no idea. The door was closed in the morning, and the lock was intact.
Кого он подозревает?
Do you suspect anyone in particular?
Not really. What I can tell you for sure is it is not one of us.
Well, Sister Eugenia did tell me that the tablets were priceless.
Of course. But our motivation is not the lure of profit. All that matters to us is their value as proof, not the money we could make out of them.
Так, был ли мотив у островитян?
Do you think the culprit could be a native?
Well, since none of us did it, it seems obvious. There aren't many other settlers around here, and the natives knew of the existence of these tablets before we found them. They were attached to them too, in their own way.
They are the ones who led you to them.
Well, we conducted the research, but they helped us find where they were hidden. Some inhabitants of the village are still giving us a hand with our work.
Well, thank you. I will investigate where the theft took place.
As you wish. But you won't find anything there. And why does it matter anyway? There were witnesses to the discovery of these tablets. We have all the proof we need. And that's all that matters.
What do you mean?
Now we can prove Saint Matthias lived here. Our actions on this island are justified. To keep rummaging the way Sister Eugenia does will only create more tensions with the natives.
I was not expecting a theologian to say such things.
Спросите о его приезде в Эдем.
Have you been in Eden for a long time?
2 months, approximately. Back then, there were still some pagan natives in the village. I joined Sister Eugenia's team with some of my colleagues, so we could give them a fresh outlook on things. We arrived straight from Ptolemy, hoping to study some new texts. But once we were here, I understood that my real mission was with the islanders. We must bring the light to this island.
Спросите о его миссии. Давай
You
миссию
talked
спросим.
about a mission with the natives. What did you mean by that?
I may be under the command of Sister Eugenia here, but my superior is Bishop Domitius. Our mission is to banish pagan cults and convert the entire population to the light.
Тоже
The
культисты
island
какие-то.
belongs to Saint Matthias, and therefore to Ptolemy, since the god of light offered it to our founder.
If your superior's Domitius, you are a member of the Ordo Luminis.
Орден
I
Света.
did not expect to find one of its members side by side with the missionaries. They usually do not get along.
The Order goes everywhere the light needs to be revealed.
You have a very unique way of seeing things. I doubt everyone accepts it.
Спросите об его отношениях с местными.
How are your relations with the natives?
When I arrived, we were still trying to obtain information from them about Saint Matthias. They were very reluctant to give us any answers. We were also trying to educate them. Our attempts eventually made some of the inhabitants of the village react badly. Most stubborn against our teachings, the warriors and the marked. The ones the natives call the Onomanawi. They eventually left, and it has proved nothing but a blessing for us. I would like to go back to work now, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Все. Уйти.
I will leave you to your work. Goodbye.
До свидания. Да.
I knew that the story would be more complex than we'd been told.
I find it regrettable that my colleagues aren't more honest when it comes to history. Nothing solid has ever been built on lies.
Either way, the resentment here is strong enough for a theft to occur.
Ну, посмотрим, что тут как. Резиденция кого там? Проповедника. Осмотреть.
There is only one entrance and the door shows no evidence of a break-in.
Brother Virgil can't have cared less about these relics. He must have fallen asleep on duty. And then, someone must have just stolen the keys from him.
It's very likely that that's what happened, but someone must have informed them. It can't be a coincidence that they decided to steal it during the watch of the only neglectful guard.
So, we have to find their accomplice, the one that informed them, and who must be in the village.
We know that this theft could be an act of vengeance by the natives who were forced to leave here. They must still have allies in the village, family or friends. We should go talk to the chief of the natives. He will certainly know who is close to the exiles, and enough about the researchers to inform them.
А что, получается, если я бы другого челика взял, он тоже какие-то идеи мне накинул бы? Как это работает? Ну ладно. Там, скорее всего, у них всех одинаковые диалоги. Чувствую, что это там... Неважно, кого взял, потому что озвучка, может, чуть-чуть меняется. Хотя хз. Могли, в принципе, разных озвучивать. Разные диалоги озвучивать. Бля, нет, здесь я не побегу лучше понизу. Потому что там даже не пройти. Опять в домик. Старейшина. Жилище Леера.
You have returned on Almanawi. Do you need something else?
Поговорить об украденных скрижалях.
I think I know who stole the tablets.
Really?
I believe those who were exiled from your village seek vengeance because the missionaries forced them to leave. They must have taken the tablets with the help of someone else who stayed here.
You may be right, but you may also be wrong.
Харизма. Убедить его признаться, спровоцировать. Нифига, у меня харизма 100%.
You do well to tell me what you know. Once the priests have reached the same conclusions as I have, how do you think they will interrogate you?
You're probably right. The Inquisitors would come back, and my people would suffer. I do not want to break the peace that I did all I could to make. I think the name of the woman you are looking for is Vindwal. She helps the priests who seek the old sage.
If she's helping the priests, why would she betray them now?
Her son is one of the warriors who had to leave the village. He is filled with anger and fury. If you go talk to her, please, do not hurt her. She is but a mother who acted according to her son's wishes.
I have no intention of hurting her, but things may not be so simple when it comes to her son.
Ну договорюсь, у меня харизма
I have to
вкачана.
go.
Like so many others.
Насколько у меня харизма так? А, на трешку вообще харизма. Офигенно. Надо тогда интуицию, может, вкачать чуть-чуть. Это взлом у меня на трешка стоит. С сетом она будет. Тоже с сетом это. Харизма у меня плащ 1 очко добавляет. Интуиция. Вот эту бы тогда попробовать. Увеличивает вес, который можно переносить. Давай тогда вот эту попробуй фигню. Либо интуицию. А что интуицию? Количество ресов собираемых. Обнаружение мест с ресурсами. Угу. Ну или в интуицию, я не знаю там типа куда. Может 50 на 50 херачить. Так, поехали по карте, посмотрим, опять недалеко. Какой-то звук странный. Так, что-то удобно сел. Вот так вот. Удобно будет. Чуть-чуть поменьше. Вот, всё. Сохранился. Сохранился. Сколько время? Перезапустить, да, перезаписать. Я сейчас в колду, наверное, поиграл бы. Колду прикольнее.
Greetings. Are you Vindwal?
Bird tier Tumad. Yes, that is me. What do you want?
Обвинить ее, спросить о Лере.
What can you tell me about Lair, your former leader?
He is a man of peace. Some people dislike him, not me. Everything he did to save the village. But I think the mind shakers made him forget what we are. He almost speaks like them now.
I must leave you.
Да нет, так обвинять, блядь. Это вообще нормально? Так можно? Поговорить с Виндаль. Точно адекватная хрень сразу обвинять? Ну ладно.
Here you are again.
Может,
What
игра
do you want?
предлагает?
Listen, I know you helped the exiles to steal the tablets of Saint Matthias.
No, this is not true. It wasn't me.
There's no point in denying it. I know you did it for your son who had to leave the village.
If you know that, then you know that I don't have the tablets. So what do you want from me?
Что она может спасти жизнь ворам.
The only means of alleviating the situation with Teleme is to give the priests their tablets back. So, if you don't want your son to suffer their wrath, it would be best if I could retrieve them discreetly.
Bran and the rest of the exiles are hiding in the woods, beyond the stone circle. If you want to take the tablets away from them without being seen, do not take the path on the left. It is riddled with traps. And please, do not hurt my son.
По правой тропе, значит, буду идти. Забрать скрижали. А, вон там проход какой-то еще. Не идите по тропе слева. Правый, значит, пойду, в чем проблема. Побежали. Кто? Никого не вижу. Видать, просто музон заиграл рандомный. Здесь прохода нету. Смысла нету, есть. Сейчас вансек еще поменьше сделаю. Я пока всех забафаю. Я думаю, что такой дамаг маленький. Лут. Что интересно с белого заролилось? Шкура, рубин. Рубинчик, это хорошо. значит просто подальше ее поставлю. Да, какой-то херню здесь юзал. Капец, у меня колец. Пошли дальше. Чё? Тут? Да, здесь. Чё с плащом? Вот, всё, он теперь адекватный.
Here's the place that Vindwal indicated. The exiles must be near.
These people have been banished already. There's no need to add death to their list of punishments. Let's try not to fight them.
Don't worry, we'll be discreet.
In that case, we should avoid taking the left path. If I remember correctly what that woman said, it's booby-trapped.
Сохранение. Пока лучше отнесу туда пушку в другое место. Фига себе, почти в наушниках даже не слышно. Стелс. Пойдем туда по правой дороге. Я за этими кустами должен был не заметить этот проход. Что?
There, we found them. Now all that's left to do is to return to Eden.
По тому же пути получается. Что на как-то холодный воздух пофигачит. началось. Чувствую на этом какие-то проблемы. Ой, как шакалит битрейт. Люто.
What are you doing here?
I was worried for my son. I wanted to make sure that everything was fine.
I think so. I managed to retrieve the tablets discreetly.
I am glad to hear that you managed to retrieve them. I will go talk to my son now. He needs to stop seeking revenge and find a new clan.
That would indeed be wiser. Vengeance has no positive repercussions.
Еще одну спиздил. Нет ловушек, все мое. Пойдем куда-то прямой. А, нет, ну ладно, здесь такой. Где зародилось, там пойдем. И тут несут его скрижали. Пенек вырезался. Теперь перестал так убить.
I retrieved your relics.
Thank you. Thank you immensely. Thanks to them, we will be able to continue our research on St. Matthias.
I am curious to know who is responsible for this theft. The culprit must be brought to justice.
I do not want to point the finger at anyone. You have your relics back, and that's the only thing that matters.
Your indulgence honors you. But how can we be certain that these thieves will not strike again if they are not punished?
A good start would be to keep a better watch on the priceless treasures that you find.
In any case, you would do well to keep a better watch on your discoveries in the future. You should also pay more attention to those who share this village with you. This theft would never have happened had you truly been in harmony with the natives.
But that is precisely what we desire more than anything. Oh, we may have been a bit clumsy in the beginning, but we'll make sure to improve things in the future. You really were a great help. I would be most grateful if you agreed to continue helping us.
I might come back at some point, but alas, I'm very busy.
Naturally. Either way, we are certainly capable of continuing our research without you.
Actually, I must go back to my work. Our next expedition must depart as soon as possible.
Your next expedition?
Our brave researchers must continue to follow the tracks of our founder on this island. In the meantime, here, take this as a token of gratitude for the help you gave us.
Thank you. I hope your expedition will be a success.
50 монет. Это да. Прям миллиардером стал. Ядовитая ловушка. Сейчас выход надо туда найти. И кругом пойти тоже. Ебать, жарище.
Protect me in this battle!
Bit of poison on my blade.
And let's go!
Our enemies. Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Let's see if you can ward off this fate. Let's see if you can ward off this fate. Take a potion if you want to cast your spell.
May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Слёт лох. Так сильно говорить начал. Стелс.
May the enemy protect me in this battle!
Bit of poison on my blade.
And let's go!
Что сейчас мороз?
May the shadow engulf our enemies!
какие-то. Сейчас как раз апнусь на 30. Пятый. Ебать, я остался. Отъебись. Я стелс.
Maybe enlightened protect me in this battle. A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! May the shadow engulf our enemies. Let's see if we can ward off this fate.
Опять артефакты. Еще артефакты. О, челик, которым можно попиздить. Сейчас сохраню.
Ah, you are from the continent, are you not? You are different than the people from here.
Delighted to see you again, Sister Ephesia.
Father Petrus, is that really you? What are you doing here?
Merely a courtesy call.
How might I help you?
Have you been here for a long time?
Since the beginning of my investigation. A few weeks, perhaps, although it feels like months. I'm not particularly fond of the wild, and I find this place unsettling.
I see.
Anything else?
How has your mission fared up until now, sister?
Not very well, I'm afraid. I haven't been able to get much from these villagers. Their chief and their priest are evasive when questioned. As for the other natives, their behavior can be quite odd. They'll spend hours just staring into the void. But as soon as I come close, they chase me away. They frighten me, I must admit. There is a heavy veil of evil here. I feel it, but I'm not able to find from whence it comes. Perhaps you should talk to them. They may speak to you. Anything else?
Это все?
That will be all, Sister Ephesia. Thank you.
Ты какой квест у меня выполнился? Вот этот хрень. костер. Да. Все три нашел. По карте.
Good day. Are you the wise man of this village?
Tir dumad renaikse. I am the Donegad. Yes.
I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
The people of your island are constantly asking questions, yet reject any answers that displease them. Questions have no value when one already claims to know the answers.
But
it is your case. You believe you know the answers. You seek only their echo. Answer your own questions. At least then the answers will please you, and we shall be done with your foolishness.
that is not what I...
Qua awelemseg. May your answers fill your day with bounty.
Че?
Leave us alone, Renaikse. We have had
Ну,
enough
отбитый
of
чел.
all your foolish questions that never end.
Мне не сюда. А вот сюда. Ты чел хотя бы адекватный?
Bird Tir Tumad, on all Menawi. I am Deirdre, daughter of Enora, daughter of Rowena, Mal of this clan. Is it you who helped my warriors discover what the men of the Red Sun were doing?
Indeed.
Then I thank you. It's probably because you are an Onol Menawi that you are different from the other Renaikse. What do you seek?
О вере местных жителей.
Can you tell me something about your beliefs?
We believe that we are part of an everything, and that life depends on a balance that comes from this everything. Our strength is drawn from that which we protect, all that surrounds us, and that which surrounds us feeds and protects us in return.
Об обрядах.
What can you tell me about your rituals?
Ah, I have heard this question before. You sound like the Mind Shaker woman. The rituals are the business of the Donegada, not of the Renoikse. Anything more?
Concerning this story about a cult.
Enough. Enough questions. I have nothing more to say.
Ок. Чё, квест?
What do you seek?
Concerning this story about a cult.
Enough. Enough questions. I have nothing more to say.
Ок. Нифига там народу.
Leave me be! Can't you leave us alone? Monisanaik!
Вот чел бегает.
Birtir to Madrenaikse.
Good day.
Do you want something?
Could you answer a few questions?
Questions. It is a word that you adore. Let us play a game. If you answer my questions, I will answer yours.
If it's the only way to get answers, then let's play.
I am pleased. We will have fun. But beware, no lies. What name is given the place from where you come?
I come from Serene, a grand city on the continent of Gicane.
Really? It is possible that you come from there, but I believe that this is not your land. Your turn.
О демоне.
This is a delicate question, but would you know anything about a demon?
A demon? I think that is what the bright and shiny mind shakers call the spirits, no? There are spirits everywhere. In you and in us, in each tree, in each spring. There is not only one. I cannot tell you more if you are not more precise in what you seek. Let's try something else. Are you on Olmenawi with your land? Or did you inherit your link from your parents?
I'm not bound. Or at least I haven't done anything in particular to bind myself.
Then it was your parents. One of them at least must have been Donegad. Your turn.
What can you tell me about the rituals?
Oh, I see what interests you. You want to know how our warriors are so strong, but I don't have an answer. It is a secret of the Donegad. The rituals I know are made to celebrate nature, to honor and bring her blessings upon us. It was fun. More than with the woman who makes light. She did not want to play.
Разрядился там. О. Можно проводочек отсоединить. Здесь. С кем еще попиздить можно? Какой-то чел тоже в углу стоит. А, это молится еще. Там еще один кто-то есть.
You have a strange stare, Alexe. Leave me alone.
Leave me be! Can't you leave us alone?
Traitor. And an Olmenawi does not wear the dress of a strangers.
Do you want something? Enough questions.
В смысле? Может, в домах еще?
Birtir to Mad, an Almanawi. What do you want?
Tell me about the missionaries that came here. Those who wear the symbol of the sun on their clothing.
When they came, they spoke about their bright and shiny god. They told us we were wrong. Said that nature was just nature, and not to be worshipped. These men know nothing. We ignored them. They finally left, and then the woman came to us. She sniffed around everywhere, asking many questions, just like you. I was told that she tried to enter my own home. I even saw her trying to follow me in the woods. She must be careful. It is easy to get lost in the woods, or cross paths with wild beasts.
You're different from the others. What is your role in the village?
Different? Why?
Well, for one, you answer me when I speak.
You others, when we don't answer you, you start digging for answers everywhere else. I am a gatherer. I hunt a little. I do my part for the life of the village.
What can you tell me about the beliefs of your village?
The beliefs of the village? That is a strange question for an Onol Manawi. Our beliefs are the same as those of the other clans. We believe in the earth that carries us and feeds on our dead, in the rain that quenches us and drowns us, in the beasts that feed us and in those that eat us. I do not know what more I can say to you. Everyone shares these beliefs.
This question will seem strange to you, but do you know anything about a demon?
A demon?
A dark spirit, if you prefer.
No. There is no such thing as dark spirits. Your question is not strange. Foolish, perhaps.
What can you tell me about your rituals?
Our rituals? Nothing. Nothing at all. They do not concern me. I am not a Denegad. Even you. You should be able to tell that. Why you bother me with these questions? I am only a gatherer. Go and bother someone else.
I must leave now. Thank you for your help. Anything new?
No. The investigation has gone stale. The villagers won't even engage in conversation with me now. Perhaps you should talk to them. They may speak to you.
I managed to exchange a few words with some villagers, but I admit they don't seem keen to talk.
And did they tell you anything worth sharing?
I know little more about their beliefs. They worship nature and do not intend to change. It is certainly different from the luminous faith, but it's hardly demonic worship. Yet, there's something strange about this village. One of the villagers that spoke with me seemed truly worried. On edge, even.
I think I know of whom you speak. A man always looking over his shoulder. He often sneaks out of the village like a thief. I attempted to follow him, but he always eludes me. I tried to get into his hut to see if he was hiding anything, but someone was always there.
Then we should give it a try. Perhaps we'll fare better.
That fellow was really nervous. Perhaps we should try and search his house to see what he's hiding.
He doesn't look inclined to let us in. We'll have to distract him.
I'm sure this young lady could help us. She appears to be playful and to love pranks. Or we could just break some of these pots. That'd keep him busy.
I can pretend to be clumsy, but we'll have to work fast, and it will only work once.
Do you want something?
Might I ask you a few questions about the villagers?
More questions? You really like this game. You really do.
If we could avoid the...
Very well. But be brief then, because it is not good fun.
Where does this man live?
Down there. His dwelling is right in front of my own.
I would like to take a look inside.
What? Why would you want to do that? It is his home. You have nothing to do there if you are not invited.
I really must go inside. I need to clarify something. If you can help us.
My child, I understand you might be shocked by this request, but have no fear. We have no intention of taking or destroying anything. We would just like to put to rest a few rumors.
You are one of them, aren't you? One of these men who shake our minds. A man of the light.
Well, that's correct. I am a priest of Thélème.
All of that are just words. And it is not fun. If you want my help, I want the hat of the mind shaker woman.
What? Is that some sort of joke?
Yes, it is. So, perhaps she will stop coming to bother me when it is I who am wearing her hat.
Yeah?
Very well. I will go and ask her. But I cannot promise that she will accept.
Всё равно не моя шляпа.
Did you learn anything?
No, nothing more. Were you able to get inside the nervous man's hut?
I'm working on it.
Anything else?
This may seem a strange request, but I have something to ask. I need you to give me your hat, so that I might sneak into the house of the native.
My hat? I don't see how it could possibly make you more discreet. Is this some sort of joke?
No. A woman is willing to help me in exchange for your bonnet.
Go ahead and mock. It matters not. My mission takes precedence over my pride. Take it.
О, лошара старая. Как бы ты стрёмно выглядишь. Помолодела сразу. У тебя же вторая есть, да? Надеюсь.
Do you want something?
Here. I present to you her hat.
Very well. I shall distract him, but be discreet and very quick. And be respectful of what you find there. Be good.
Ок.
Oi! Toiges! Radayam Radit Quad!
What a horrible mask. How can someone wear such a thing unless they're worshipping some dark creature?
I wouldn't like to cross paths in a dark alleyway with someone wearing a mask like this.
This altar is incredibly morbid. I wonder what sort of spirit could be venerated in this way.
This is exactly the kind of proof we've been looking for. An evil cult, far from some naive veneration of nature and other island spirits.
This painting is frightening. Evoking war. A massacre. A bloodbath under the likeness of a grimacing face.
All these gruesome and bloody horrors leave no room for doubt. There is a demonic cult here. We should go tell Sister Ephesia.
Прикольненько, далеко бегать не надо.
Did you learn anything?
No, nothing more. Were you able to get inside the nervous man's hut?
I was able to sneak into the hut of our mystery man.
And what did you discover?
Some troubling things. A ritual mask, a rather morbid altar, and a fresco depicting a massacre.
By the Enlightened. To think these unholy things were so near. Finally, the proof we need that there's a blood-worshipping cult here. They cannot perform their heinous pagan rituals in the village, and I'm certain that it's where our nervous friend sneaks off to. I failed to find where he goes, but you have already proven more competent than I.
I shall try. Hopefully he won't lead us into a trap.
Thank you for your help. And good luck.
We should wait until nightfall and follow him.
Как тебе новая шляпка?
You Renaigse know how to make great houses and giant boats, but you are too crazy to hear the voice of nature.
Here we could hide and wait. We would be able to see where the sleepless boy goes during nightfall.
My child, it's time to wake up. Our nervous friend is here.
Я остался.
Where could our man have gone?
These strange roots are forming some kind of door. This must be where he went.
Босс. Будет против демона. Хочу против демона сражаться. босс.
Be careful. Is everything okay? You started wobbling all of a sudden.
I had a sort of flash vision. Just for an instant, I was a tree in a storm.
What exactly did you see? Perhaps these images will help us find an entrance into the sanctuary.
I was this tree, and my branches were shaken by a storm so strongly that they hurt terribly. The heavens caught fire several times, and I felt the lightning strike and pierce me through and through. A sinister warmth took hold of my entire body in an instant, and flames began to devour me. Life left me. All was calm, and I had a taste of cinder in my mouth. In spite of this, I continued to feel. And the rain began to fall on my roots, and at the very heart of my being, I felt the sap begin to flow again. A shoot appeared on my darkened roots. Then the vision dissipated. I have never experienced anything like it before. The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. I'm certain. This drawing looks like an infant. On this stone, the sun is visible. This stone has an image of the moon. This stone is blackened, eaten away. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle!
Bit of poison on my blade! Let's go!
Tell us again exactly what you saw, my child.
I was this tree, and my branches were shaken by a storm so strongly that they hurt terribly. The heavens caught fire several times, and I felt the lightning strike and pierce me through and through. A sinister warmth took hold of my entire body in an instant, and flames began to devour me. Life left me. All was calm, and I had a taste of cinder in my mouth. In spite of this, I continued to feel. And the rain began to fall on my roots, and at the very heart of my being, I felt the sap begin to flow again. A shoot appeared on my darkened roots. Then the vision dissipated. I have never experienced anything like it before. The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. The drawing on this stone resembles a symbol. This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of water. This stone bears the image of a storm. The drawing on this stone represents light. Here this looks like a snowflake. This stone is blackened. This stone has an image of the moon. On this stone, the sun is visible. This drawing looks like an infant. The drawing on this stone makes me... The drawing on this stone resembles a symbol that must represent the earth. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle!
Bit of poison on my blade.
Then let's go!
Green.
The drawing on this stone I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
May the shadow engulf our enemies!
This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of water. I must have lit the candles in the wrong order.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Let's see if you can ward off.
I must have lit
Да
the
ёб твою,
candles.
блядь.
Bit of poison on my blade.
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Первые две я нашел.
I must
Да,
have lit the
блядь.
candles in the wrong order.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
I
Да,
must
блядь, я тот же опять, да?
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
I must have
Опять
lit
не
the
тот.
candles.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Ладно, там вариантов типа не особо много остается все равно.
This island really is full of surprises and mysteries. This weird puzzle actually opened the door.
Все это нормально формится быстро. Дайте пройти. Хочу посмотреть. Ну, а вон чел стоит.
Close duis, atuda yam canadedole. tadulan vrandi, alaun eles agen ole vei. Closi garamam italami olflinau ich egrem. Closi kedem tayentis olarabeni a ol slai. Fanqua sakengedem fradem adigalem. Linquid winterbus o galamsani. Tugombenis gremos nigawi. Renkasie krimaderem denegau edent. Los duis arujekt nes diri.
Lois des Raman ades Gideon, Argenta. Esparnu Fradi, Damagengadan, Yadiga Ladandian. Esparnu Fradi, Dawi Gaishudam. Agesparnu Fradi, Dawi Bremosenabui.
Где босс?
There is no longer any doubt. The creature who was talking through this tree is a demon.
In any case, Theleme's story suddenly sounds way more plausible. The Denegad who performed the ritual was the villagers. We should go talk to Deirdre.
More spells. Your magic
Сохранюсь.
What do you seek?
We found your sanctuary and assisted in one of your blood rituals. Was the apparition we witnessed the demon the priests were talking about?
What is clear is these priests know nothing, and you know nothing.
I am not from Theleme. I cast no judgment upon your beliefs. But if you want us to help you, you need to help us understand.
I doubt that you would be able to understand, but very well. I'll attempt to help you make sense of what you witnessed. The ritual you saw is a ceremony to summon forth the strength of our warriors. Our people have always lived in harmony with nature. Our very existence revolves around her. She talks to us and takes on many faces. What you have witnessed is just one of many. Confronting the threat that the Renoixi make up, we called them for their blessing, and they appeared to us.
Can we contact them? I mean, Is communication possible?
What you witnessed was not a discussion. But if you visit a sanctuary, you may see one of the faces, and then you will be able to talk. Pass the mountains and head to the swamps. There, if you perform the ritual, you will see them come. Though what you will hear may not be to your liking.
Демонический культ. Прикольно. Можно даже квиксейвы не делать, потому что... Так, стоп. Найти лагерь научной экспедиции. Спуститься можно? Нет. Без прохода. Как вообще пройти по-человечески-то? Вот. Все понятно теперь. В смысле? Карта странная, не запоминается вообще. Народу. Вот еще на одного, получается, место есть. И все. В принципе, много-то не нужно, чериков. Продавать бы лишнее. Сами догоните.
Maybe enlighten protect me in this battle. Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Сколько нахил кидают. Капец. Я же даже типа их не юзаю. Носороги. Безрогие. Вертуи.
Protect me in this battle! Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
Выносливость, сила воли. Получается, это можно же ожерелье ему нормально надеть, да? Какой есть? На 15. Да нормально, в принципе. Все, у него мана 1500, это ж капец. ХПшек у него просто пиздос. 2700 хп. Нет, столько. Опять артефакты потворили. Мобы зарезали заново, ну ладно.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Let's see if you can ward off.
Побежали дальше. Еще. А, вон, да. Ну, не ваншотит.
Protect me in this battle.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
May the shadow engulf our enemies. May the
Новая лока. Наверное, прикольная. Побежали. Так, что-нибудь купить тебе можно? По броне желательно. Уф. 40. А нагрудник нормальный есть? Нагрудника нету. Тоже такое себе. Ладно, фиг с ним потом. Да. Ни одного моба нету, да. Странно как-то.
What a strange party we have here. Who are you to come and disrupt our solitude?
Good day.
You? You are on Olmenawi and at the same time, Renaigse. So it is possible to bond yourself on your faraway island?
We are here because Thélème has asked us to carry out an investigation. They think that certain clans venerate a demon, an evil creature. We carried out our investigation of Vedlog on Chief Derdra in an attempt to discover the truth. And the clues have led us to find our answers in this sanctuary.
Derdra sends you to seek out a demon? Curious.
A man from your island came already a long time ago. Full of questions he was as well. He had a small party of warriors with smoking tubes. And on their chests, a golden lion.
A lion? An emblem that is fitting for the pride of the Bridge Alliance.
They set up a camp near here, and then they disappeared, all of a sudden.
Do you know where precisely?
It was a long time ago. I don't remember all that well. My memory has been leaving me of late. But it wasn't far from here. You will find it, I am certain. Ah, you are bringing back the memories. They were asking nearly the same questions you ask.
Все. Так. Мне кажется, тут босс-файт сейчас будет. Карта вроде большая. И не маловероятно. Сейчас просто на карту посмотрю. Что-то пропустил? Не. Оставить просто так нельзя. Что там? Костер, скорее всего. Что еще может быть в начале локации? Да, костер. Что у меня по весу? Вдруг у меня там перебор уже. Так. Да, надо уже сходить, все продать. Район поиска. Змей. Посмотреть.
Fresco. It represents a beast of the marshes, a red serpent. Fresco. It represents a beast of the marshes, a red serpent.
Жак Фреско. О, еще смола. А это грибы. Ну ладно. А что, получается, по кругу только пробежаться? Надо искать болото. Ну да, по кругу только пробегусь. Вроде здесь особо ничего и не надо. Справа где-то что-то. Там подъем есть? Мне, скорее всего, надо обойти будет сейчас. Ну да, здесь вот обход. По спиральке. А, нет, вот подъемчик здесь как раз есть. Не заметил его.
Fresco in various yellow hues. It represents a sort of insect.
Ну что, стрекоза, желтая, красная змея, надо запомнить просто. По-другому какая-то фигня будет. Опа. На одного из носильщиков напало огромное болотное создание. Из тех, кого островитяне называют... Да? Мы и глазом моргнуть не успели, как мальчишка... Обвинили... Как мальчика обвинили длинно. обвили длинные щупальца. Мы попытались его спасти, даже отрубили одно из щупалец. Но бедный парень уже задохнулся. В будущем следует быть осторожнее, поскольку... Ключ с гербом мостового альянса. Какой-то мостовой альянс еще есть. Спрыг вниз просто. А тут так можно просто забраться. Обыскать болото. Ну, тут я все залутал уже, так что можно сразу сюда идти. О, сундук. Мне слишком много вещей надо продать все.
These remains, they must be the people the hermit was talking about, don't you think?
Probably. You can still discern the crest of the Alliance on this doublet. Let's search the area. There might still be something interesting.
Костер, люди. Что-то от них осталось. Чертежи. Вызвать создание. Достаточно вылить обычный отвар из ягод. Белодонный обряд верно основан на том, что в небольших количествах эти ядовитые ягоды обладают очищающим действием. Впрочем, настоящий яд из этих ягод болотный яд. Так. Еще сундук. Зелье демонического обряда. Старым отшельником поговорить. Тут еще два знака вопроса, надо к ним сгонять тоже будет. Но сразу не побегу к отшельнику. Тогда к отшельнику. Тогда к отшельнику. Тогда к отшельнику. Тогда к отшельнику. Опа. Что это такое? Пещера? Ничего нету.
The image is fading. We can't see much of anything.
Все, обыскали все закоулочки болота, можно сказать. Пойду теперь по знакам вопросам пробегусь. Вот что это там у нас. Сюда же по-любому можно пройти каким-то образом. Что? Здесь прохода нет. Так. В самом начале проход какой-то здесь был. Может, попробовать забежать туда? Не говорят, зачем чего. Просто пропустил проход. Не, чел, подожди. Да, вот за этим поворотом как раз. Здесь налево. Чё? Ну окей. Туда сейчас никак не пройти все равно. плюс завалено. Ну, может откроется потом, когда с этим челом поговорю. А то сейчас там все закрыто. И даже прохода не наблюдается нигде. Ну, скорее всего, тут здесь завалы пропадут.
What do you want, strange stranger?
We found the camp you spoke of. Well, all that remains of it.
I told you. You were not the first Renaigse went by here.
Many died. What happened to them?
I warned them, I remember. They did not listen very well. Too bad. Powerful, but not enough so. The marsh is more powerful still.
That doesn't seem to bother you all that much.
Teofradi gives, Teofradi takes back. But you're still here. What do you want again?
I found this note. It speaks of a ritual, but it is incomplete. Do you know anything else about it?
A ritual? Yes, there is a ritual for the impatient. For me, it serves no purpose. I am here. I wait.
But for me, it would be useful. Can you help me?
There must have her reasons. The folly of youth. Do you see those drums over there? They awaken the earth, as long as you play them correctly.
They will awaken the earth.
Oh, and that's not all. Once the earth is awakened, the stone will appear that must be quenched.
Quench a stone?
But you're still here. What do you want again?
How do you play the drums?
Oh, that's easy. The music is the first language of Teofradi. It resonates with the earth. You need only respect the natural order for the earth to hear you. A predator, a prey. The cycle.
That's not really all that clear.
Come now, come now. You must first make the snake rattle, unless it is first to be the insect. Alas, time devours all memories. I do remember one thing, though.
I'm listening.
Each drum must only be played one time, and only once. But you're still here. What do you want again?
Quench a stone. What does that mean?
Water trickles on the stone and returns to us, empowered by its force. But sometimes, water is not enough.
This note I found explains a recipe. A potion thought to contain the essence of this place. That's what must be poured over the stone.
Oh, yes. No doubt. No doubt. But you're still here. What do you want again?
Nothing.
Все, поговорил.
I shall leave you alone.
Так, что теперь? Ударить в барабаны. Не побежали, что ли? По барабанам бить. Надо в пещере посмотреть, что там. Змея-то я помню. Надо забить на змею. А, все равно не пройти. Там стрекоза, желтая, красная змея. А вторую не обратил внимания, что ли. Хз. Что здесь было?
The image is fading. I can't see much of anything.
Придется на рандом. нельзя, походу, придется обходить все. Спуск наконец-то. Вот так. Стрекоза первая. Потом вот эта хрень. Потом змея. Boss fight.
Something's appeared over there. It seems as if it's some type of altar. Looks like an altar. The stones.
Победить чудовище? Boss fight.
What is this?
Какой-то сидишь сразу. Подождите, чего не бейте, сейчас у меня закончится. Медальон. Повелитель болот.
Dear Dog! Killed! You killed her! Monsters! Murderers!
Assassin? Of this creature?
May the earth swallow you whole!
We had no choice. This creature attacked us. Explain yourself rather than insulting us.
Ignorant foreigners! She was a Nadaig, a guardian, a Donaigad, returned to nature!
I don't understand. Are you telling me that this creature was once a woman?
It was my woman! You and all those of your cursed island are fools and destroyers. But an all-Milfrictiman will soon send you back over the water. He will destroy you as you destroy us. He has already begun.
En on Milfrictiman. I have heard that name before. Perhaps it is the name of their demon.
One mystery after another. What we take for a demon was a woman transformed into a beast. And now we have but a simple name. Enon Milfrictiman. This man, or this thing, seems to be after us. Perhaps it is behind all of this. We need to learn more.
Раскрыть тайну чудовища. Мне какое-то ожерелье он дал. Реген здоровья и сопротивление. Давай тогда вот этому челику поставлю. А, ему нельзя. А золотые предметы что, вообще никому нельзя давать? Жалко. Мне бы на ману, а не на хпшку. Хп и так вот могу отрегенить. За счет маны. Надо в город сгонять. Продать все лишнее. Так как туда попасть-то? Может, сейчас там уже как раз открылось. Буду надеяться. Опять с плащом. Тут не пройти. Ну, как туда попасть? Может, через пещеру вот эту? Не, я должен туда попасть. Либо хотя бы дорогу найти. Адекватную. А то плащ уже задолбал. Боговаться. Так вот получше будет с плащом таким бегать. Где же проход-то, непонятно. Должен же где-то быть он. Тут нет. Спуск. Пожалуйста. Пожалуйста. Нет. Может, через главную? Там же была какая-то лестница. Нет. Я уже окончательно запутался. Ну ладно, фиг с ним. Туда точно никак не попасть. Там же что-то есть. Святилище на болоте. Пойдем в город какой-нибудь. Что по квесту? Деревня Ветлук. Продажа. оставлю, наверное. Типа не так много весит все это. Вот с этим надо быть аккуратно. Что продаю. Так, 2 солнца. Медальон надо на склад положить, наверное, себе. Сундук. Старый кремниевый револьвер. Надо сложить лишнее. Этих ловушек просто капец. Хотя не так много весит все. Что посмотреть. Это в одни пули на 14 килограмм. Ну ладно. Все надо тоже продать. Капец, мне уже бабла. Может, у тебя броня появилась нормальная? Ух, красиво выглядит, но дерьмовая, да? $80. Офицерская кираса гренадера. Интересно, есть плащи что-нибудь, кроме харизмы дающие? Я бы шляпку нормальную надел какую-нибудь. Я бы в шляпке с броней ходил. Это же офигенно. Так он лысый. Волос не видно. А так особенно лысый. А так с волосами. В шляпке. Шляпа инквизитора. 86 на 200. Ну, в принципе, ничего. Можно только на броне, короче, поезжать туда. Но шлем тоже прикольно выглядит. Это пушка. Может, меч нормальный какой-нибудь есть? Одноручный. Деньги тоже надо тратить, там уже скоро конец игры, на такое ощущение. Может, он только двуруч нормальный урон имеет? В принципе, только двуручи заметил. С нормальным дамагом. Но у него скорость атаки маленькая. Шляпка инквизитора. Это прикольно. Тут фигню не видно. Плям было. Нагрудник поменять мне уже подбешивать начинает. В равновесие там у всех одинаковое, как я понял. Только на броню влияет. Ой, фиг с ним. Пойду квест получу.
You survived. Which must mean, alas, that one of the Nadaig is with us no longer. You are a great warrior. You could almost be a storm warrior. What do you seek?
You set a trap for us, invoking and releasing that
True. And the Nadaig is indeed one of the faces. A spirit of the Isle. I was hoping that you would disappear. The swamps do not like to give back those who enter. You have seen things that no stranger to our clan has ever seen. Secrets that no one must know. But you survived. You are strong. I should not have thought you so weak. I have nothing more to give you than my excuses. And that you keep to yourself all that you have seen. You are a brave on Almanawi. And I would like to request your help.
You request my help after sending me on a suicide mission?
You helped us to find the camp of the Soul Lasser. And you have proven your valor fighting the Nadaig. So yes, I am asking for your help in saving the people who are suffering in this camp.
What do you intend to do exactly?
Attack and destroy this camp and those who live in it to set my people free.
And how am I supposed to help you?
My clan is powerful, but so are these Soul Lasser. I need more warriors. Eseld of the Gaius Rad is in my debt, but I'm afraid she might refuse to honor it after her clan was defeated. You know how to talk to people, and you are friends with her twin sister. I would like you to go and convince her to help me.
I suppose I could try at least.
That would be good. It would also be good if you could fight alongside us to set these prisoners free. Meet us near the camp with the forces you managed to assemble.
I do not want to interrupt, but I think our priority should be to find Cornelia. I doubt our Mother Cardinal is aware of the Inquisition's actions. She will certainly want to put an end to it all to appease the natives. Whereas, a frontal assault led by Deirdre and her men would only rekindle the conflict. And Cornelia would certainly take umbrage at an intervention of the congregation without even informing her of the situation.
Here my camp. Here my camp. Why? Лагерь Дема. Ловушечки. Хорошо.
Oh, there you are, Your Excellency. The Enlightened has heard my prayers.
What's going on? Where are the others?
After deciphering the content of the tablets, they went north to continue their research in some swamps. But they must have encountered problems. Brother Fidelis came back here, and he was in a dreadful state. He most likely came to seek help, but he fainted. It's impossible for us to know what happened to them.
I'm not a doctor, but I may be able to examine him.
Oh, please do. Any help would be appreciated. We've done our best, but our magic has proved inefficient. And the healer we sent for will certainly arrive too late from San Mateus.
This man is burning up with fever and he bears several bite marks and traces of blows.
The blows did not put him in this state. He looks like a victim of poisoning. With the right antidote, I think we could get him back on his feet.
Have you tried giving him any anti-poison?
Of course, but to no avail. And what if it were a hex cast by the heretics?
No matter what happens, you always suspect them. This man was in the swamp. We know it's home to many creatures that we have a poor knowledge of. But local healers will certainly know which antidote to use. We could ask Lair. He will direct us to someone who understands remedies.
Опять плащ сломался. Починил. Слева до обойти надо. Может там чел умирает, если чё.
Onol Manawi, you've come back to see old Lair. I heard that you managed to retrieve the tablets.
Did Vindwal tell you?
Yes, and I feel more at peace, knowing that our brothers are alive, and that they will be able to join another clan. And you proved me right. Peace with the Renaigse is possible.
I need your advice. You may already know that one of the expedition.
I heard about it.
He has all the symptoms of a poisoning. But the anti-poisons we gave him had no effect. He must have been bitten by a creature of the swamp. And we're looking for a healer who would know of a suitable antidote.
So, you came to see me. Interesting. Our neighbors did not think for one moment that we could be helpful. Alas, our Donegad is one of the exiles. But Vindwal knows plants well. She will know.
Thank you. I will go see her. I hope she agrees to help us. I have to go.
Like so many others.
Полчасика осталось. Надеюсь, квест недолгий. Вытягивать я тоже не хочу его. По прямой просто, да. Конечно, опыт дают мало за уровень. И за квест.
Here you are again. What do you want?
I have come to ask for your help. Lair told me you know about remedies.
I do know a few of them. I have learned about plants. I used to want to become a Donegad.
One of the researchers came back wounded from the expedition. Apparently he was bitten by a creature of the swamp.
And now he has the Llewellyn fever. We have a good knowledge about this affliction. He will die if he does not receive proper treatment.
Do you know which antidote should be given to him?
Yes. These priests are idiots. They could have asked for our help, but they treat us like children. You are different. And you have allowed my son to join a new clan. So, I will give you the potion to cure the priest. Wait a moment. Make him drink this remedy and he'll get better.
Thank you, Vindwal.
Коротенько, может даже еще один квест успею выполнить.
Where am I?
You are in Eden. You're safe.
Was I unconscious for a long time? The other members of the expedition, they are in danger. The swamp is so hostile. We weren't prepared for it. Some of our people have... disappeared.
What caused these wounds?
A nightmarish creature. The swamp is full of them. A colleague and I had left to fetch some help when we were attacked. I managed to run away, but I don't know what happened to him. As for those who are at the camp, you must go help them.
Show me the location of your colleagues on the map. I will join them.
There. Please, hurry.
Thank you. You should rest now.
Еще что вам помочь-то? Эта ТП херня есть у вас здесь? Ближайшая где-нибудь? Бежать туда. Попробуй через костер. Когда прокачанный легко, конечно. Попробуй через костёчек. Лагерь на болоте. Получается, тогда сейчас откроется. Дай шмот. Говнистый какой-то. Загрузилась, походу.
I do not remember there being a path in this place the last time we came.
You're perfectly right, my child. This passage must have been cleared by the expedition. We should follow it.
Пошли. Дворецкий. Кольцо. Надо посмотреть, как он со шляпой буду выглядеть. Так, шляпка. Кстати, нормально. Прикольно даже выглядит. Дамага. То есть нужно хотя бы, чтобы 380 было. Да. Что получается, на следующем уровне я уже полностью прокачаю эту ветку. Придется идти тогда в зельки и до сюда идти. Питание зелий. Либо в стрельбу, чтобы смазывать можно было оружие. Ой, химическое. Дозировка. Вот эту ветку по-любому зеленый придется полностью качать. Я бы, если честно, вообще пистолетов качал. Но там нужно отдельную ветку вкачивать. Вот здесь вот. На пистолеты. А куда здесь еще больше некуда? В принципе, туда пистолеты уже вкачивать буду. Больше особо и не в чему.
Suggested by the tablets. I had no way of knowing.
Really? But I did warn you. You just wanted to have it your way. Someone so foolish and thoughtless should not be supervising an expedition.
How dare you?
It looks like we're right on time. If we do not intervene, they are sure to gut each other.
How can you call yourself a man of...
Hey, what's happening here? I could hear you from miles away.
Your Excellency, I'm so happy to see you. You arrived right on time to settle this matter.
How did you manage to find us in the middle of this swamp?
Brother Fidelis managed to reach Eden. He's the one who told us where your camp was.
But he didn't leave alone. What happened to Father Orbricus, who was accompanying him?
He must be dead, like our other companions. This is all your fault. This is yet more proof that you are not fit to lead such a team. I should be the one in charge.
Maybe you should calm down and explain to me what's happening here.
This expedition was undertaken with no concern for common sense. We are not equipped to explore this type of place. Our people are disappearing, and all we have found are some falsified writings.
Brother Virgil is terrified, which probably explains why he is being so disingenuous. We have made incredible discoveries, and we could find more.
You are beyond redemption. I won't waste another second talking to you. If you want to talk to me, Your Excellency, it will have to be without her.
How charming.
Your Excellency, I hope you will forgive us for that scene. My relations with Virgil have always been difficult, but ever since we arrived here, it has been unbearable. I'm afraid we may need an arbiter.
Before anything else, I need to know what led to this situation between you.
What would you like to know?
For what reason were you quarreling?
The expedition itself, I'm afraid. Virgil was always against it, especially under my supervision. For him, our discoveries in Eden were sufficient. They confirmed what he wanted. The rest did not matter. According to him, we should never have continued. And when we found new tablets, it became even worse.
Were they also written by Saint Matthias?
Without a doubt. The handwriting is the same. There are also some patterns, some islander symbols. It's fascinating. But what really angers Virgil is the content we managed to decipher. Our founder explains that he learned a lot from the islanders. Something our brother cannot accept. He now persists in saying that these tablets are fake, forged by the natives themselves.
Brother Fidelis told me that several members of the expedition have disappeared.
Yes, that's why he left along with Father Orbricus to fetch some help. 3 more of our colleagues are missing. And I'm not even talking about the ones who fell ill. I must admit that I underestimated the hardships we would encounter. I made a mistake. I should have prepared this expedition more thoroughly. But Virgil's being disingenuous does not help.
And no one has searched for those who are missing?
I wanted us to search for them, but someone later convinced me that it presented too much of a risk. Along with lack of preparation, our constantly decreasing number, and creatures swarming the area.
And by someone, I suppose you mean Brother Virgil.
Indeed.
I'm thankful for these pieces of information, but you understand that I will also have to talk to Brother Virgil.
Of course, that's understandable. You must hear us both before you can make a decision.
Как кто забрался? А, вот. Проход.
Brother Virgil.
What do you want?
Can you explain to me what caused such a quarrel?
The reason for it is very simple. It is Eugenia's folly. This woman should never have been the supervisor of our team. The discoveries made in Eden were sufficient, but no. She didn't want to stop the research. She organized this expedition in a hurry, without taking elementary precautions, and now she's accepting as facts the delirious writings we discovered on these tablets, without doubting them for even 1 second.
What do you mean?
We found some new tablets, allegedly written by Saint Matthias, but their content is so absurd that they were obviously forged. I am certain that the natives must have found these stones before us and modified their content.
How would they have done that? The natives cannot write.
They must have been helped by an unscrupulous settler. How would I know?
Brother Fidelis told me that some of your colleagues went missing. Do you know anything about this?
They did not go missing. They were killed. It was the wild beasts, the diseases, and let's not forget the savages. We can feel their presence, roaming around the camp at night. I am certain that they are responsible for the death of our colleagues.
That's strange. There aren't many villages around here. We have been in this region before, and the only native we met was a little insane but would have been incapable of killing several priests.
Those savages may very well have been following us since our departure. We will not be safe on this island until it is entirely converted.
I see. So, you haven't tried to find your colleagues?
So we can die as well? I am not as crazy as Sister Eugenia.
I cannot take sides in your quarrel for now. And, in any case, it is not what matters the most. Even if you think they are dead, we have to try finding your colleagues.
Well, if you are prepared to take such a risk, I can only commend you for your bravery and wish you luck. But I would not get my hopes up. You should start by searching the excavation site. To get there, take the path south of here. But be careful. The creatures that roam the area are ruthless.
Кровожадные твари. Ты в смысле? Чё? Раскопки регион новенький. Сундучка случайно нет нигде? Или в другую сторону? Автоматический спуск.
This man's death was no accident, nor was it linked to any predator attack. It was caused by a violent strike to the back of the skull with a mace. And it didn't take place here. The marks surrounding the body show that it was moved, most likely to make it seem like he fell to his death. This man's death was no accident, nor was it linked to any predator attack. It was caused by a violent strike to the back of the skull with a mace. And it didn't take place here. The marks surrounding the body show that it was moved, most likely to make it seem like he fell to his death. This man's skull is sunken, but he doesn't look like he was in a fight. Could he have fallen?
That is unlikely. Look, my child. The wound is located at the back of the skull. I regret to say that, in my opinion, he was struck from behind. With a mace, most likely.
This man's death was no accident, nor was it linked to any predator attack. It was caused by a violent strike to the back of the skull with a mace. And it didn't take place here. The marks surrounding the body show that it was moved, most likely to make it seem like he fell to his death.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle!
A bit of poison on my blade.
Кто тут ближе?
May the enlightened protect me in this battle!
Poison on my blade.
The body of this man was devoured by beasts, but it happened after he had died. One of the wounds is clearly a knife wound. But alas, it's impossible to know who was wielding it. This poor soul was almost entirely devoured. He must have been killed by swamp animals. Even so, this wound looks different from the others. It looks like a knife wound.
Alas, anyone could have stabbed this priest. Both natives and priests carry knives.
Сундучка тут случайно нигде нет. А это же херня для крафта, да? Почему он не работал? Еще 8 минут. И спать пойду.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle!
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate! Take a potion if you want to cast more spell.
The cause of death is no mystery. This man was attacked by one of those large reptiles, a Llewellyn. And yet, these iridescent marks on his skin make me think that a stasis spell was cast on him first. He was intentionally immobilized so that he would fall prey to this animal. It seems obvious now that these disappearances were orchestrated.
All these disguised deaths, these abject crimes. The natives can be violent, but they are not deceitful. I'm afraid that Brother Virgil may have found a way to take control of the expedition. He should be judged for it.
Indeed. I think that we should go find this brother and ask for an explanation.
Срезик. Торгобоб.
Brother Virgil.
Your Excellency! Weren't you supposed to be looking for our colleagues?
Indeed. I regret to say that they are indeed all dead.
I knew it. What a waste. Eugenia and her recklessness are to blame for this.
I'm afraid someone else is responsible for this. These deaths are not accidental, and yet they were disguised as such.
The savages! Their thirst for blood is unquenchable. I knew we should never have come without an escort.
Oh, Virgil, would you please stop taking us for fools? The natives had no hand in this.
Who else could it be?
Someone who desperately wanted this expedition to fail. Does that remind you of anyone?
Fine. You unmasked me. But know that my cause is righteous. The Ordo Luminous sent me to keep an eye on this expedition, to ensure that the discoveries we made would not jeopardize our nation or our presence on this island. But the inscriptions on the tablets are a heresy, a dangerous manipulation. Can you imagine what would happen if it was said that our founder listened to the teachings of the natives? But even then, foolish Eugenia accepted these discoveries as truth, without any hesitation, without realizing that our entire nation could suffer because of it. So yes, I wanted to scare her.
I understand that you might want to protect your nation, but to go as far as assassinating several of your colleagues...
Come now. What would you do if someone were threatening the congregation? You cannot make me believe that you would not be willing to kill. You may have already done so. But since you want to avoid using violence, help me convince Eugenia to go back to Eden. My colleagues and I know how to sort through these discoveries. And you will be rewarded, of course.
It is undeniable that these discoveries could cause a great upset in Thélème. But he has no right to decide what should be revealed or not. On this island, Cornelia should be the one to decide. Be careful with your accusations, though. Eugenia and her colleagues are on edge. We wouldn't want them to start killing each other.
Ебать, мудак, пошел нахер.
It seems to me that all members of this expedition are concerned. They should decide on what to
Свои
do
желтые
next.
вообще конченые вчера. Пошел нахер, пусть я тоже ёбнут.
Everybody listen. Alas, I must inform you that I have found the dead bodies of your missing colleagues.
How awful. What happened to them?
Someone wanted us to believe that they were killed by some swamp animals, but it was all staged. Your colleagues were murdered, and their bodies abandoned to the creatures.
What? But why do such a thing? And who murdered them?
Brother Virgil confessed to his crimes in front of me.
Monster! You will pay for these crimes. These people you killed were our brothers, our friends.
You stupid goose. You really believe that I will let you pass judgment on me? You shouldn't have been so quick to accept these lies that could destroy our nation. And want to reveal them for all to hear. You are solely responsible for these deaths.
How dare you present yourself as the protector of our nation? Murderer!
May the Enlightened protect me in this battle!
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Let's see how the Enlightened will favor.
Капец кусок ебла. Ну, тапки получше выпали. Уже подметают. Так и надо, блядь.
I'm sorry, sister. Brother Virgil fled during the battle.
The coward. And naturally, his accomplices fled along with him. What a waste. So many people died.
Perhaps I shouldn't have revealed his crimes in front of everyone. But I thought it was the best way of ensuring he would be judged.
Considering how high tensions have been these last few days, a fight was inevitable, alas. But you did what you thought was fair. Here, take this. As a token of gratitude for shedding light on these dismal events. Alas, we will have to go back to Eden as well. There are too few of us to continue the research.
Were you hoping to discover more?
Of course. This place was but a single step in St. Matthias's journey. The last tablets speak of a journey northbound, further up in the swamp. But even if Virgil is no longer a threat, we are not sufficiently well equipped to go there.
We could go there for you if you wish. You just have to tell us where to look.
That would be marvelous. Of course, you would have to start from the excavation site where he wrote this. I think I noticed a path going north when I was there, actually. Look for any traces of life. Perhaps you will be lucky enough to find more of his writings. That would be fantastic.
Don't worry. I will conduct this research and come find you here if I uncover anything.
Вот. Мне просто интересно, сколько там до этого было. Там же не была подозрительность. Мы же только что плюс 3 дали. Нет? А. Ну, ок.
Brother Virgil. I regret. I'm
the son.
You
cannot. Since you, my colleague.
But he has no.
Sorry, Brother Virgil, but I cannot accept. You will take your belongings and leave this place. The research will continue, and their discoveries will be studied by wiser people than you. The decision to reveal them or not will be theirs.
I see. My colleagues and I will go back to Eden. I hope that you don't regret your decision.
Alas, I have found the dead bodies of your colleagues.
How horrible. But how? Oh, perhaps I should have listened to Brother Virgil.
I doubt it. Brother Virgil is responsible for these deaths. He was hoping to blame the natives for them and discredit you.
What? But why would he? He will have to answer for his crimes.
As I do not have the authority to arrest him, I sent him back to Eden. If you want him to face judgment, you will have to report what happened to the Mother Cardinal.
You are right. As soon as we get back to civilization, I will make sure that she hears about it. Once more, your help has been a blessing. Take this. Alas, we will have to go back to Eden as well. There are too few of us to continue the research.
Were you hoping to discover more?
Of course. This place was but a single step in St. Matthias's journey. The last tablets speak of a journey northbound, further up in the swamp. But even if Virgil is no longer a threat, we are not sufficiently well equipped to go there.
We could go there for you if you wish. You just have to tell us where to look.
That would be marvelous. Of course, you would have to start from the excavation site where he wrote this. I think I noticed a path going north when I was there, actually. Look for any traces of life. Perhaps you will be lucky enough to find more of his writings. That would be fantastic.
Don't worry. I will conduct this research and come find you here if I uncover anything.
Еще не все. Здесь уже направо надо будет.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
Какой-то длинный квест тут надо побочно. Все на прикольненький. Это что за хрень?
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Там ничего нету, случайно? Сундучка. О, какой-нибудь сундучок есть. Треуголка поношена. Выяснить, куда пошел святой Матео. Наверное, правильно.
We should rummage through this area. If someone lived here, it must have been in a drier place.
Ветерок. Вообще отлично. Так, пожалуйста, сохранюсь перед боссом.
Let's see if you can ward off this fight!
May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Let's see if you can ward off this fight!
May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Let's see if you can ward off this fight!
May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Let's see if you can ward off this fight!
Жертвенный меч. Что это за меч? Лучше ли его? Блин, он не вкачивается. Расход ярости, конечно, поменьше. Но урод никакущий. Поставлю вторым эту оружку. Чтобы не так стрёмно выглядело. Камзолы стоковые.
A cavern. Hermits often choose places like this when they want to live away from the world.
Да-да. Ничего не видно. Правда, все. Фильтр зелененький накатился. Ты чё? Застрял.
Some people have lived, but we will have to look further if we want to find traces of the saint. Bit of poison on my blade. Hey, let's go!
Не, наверное, дальше буду ожерелье качать для магии. Потому что за счет магии можно на какие-то перки взять нормально. Замазать.
poison on my blade. Take a potion if you want to cast more spells. Let's see if you can ward off it.
Он такую же фигню идет, как я. Я чтобы спал. Так что? Что сзади было? Ладно, пойду дальше. Скорее всего, метка на всю пещеру.
These murals are magnificent. If St. Matthias did come here, this is where he must have settled.
Let's take a closer look at these paintings. We may learn something from them. This mural is very ancient. It depicts an old man dressed as a priest getting his face painted by a masked native.
Okay.
This mural depicts an old man praying in front of a face in the mountain. He's holding a rosary. Saint Matthias. Praying to Enon Miel Frictiman. I don't know these glyphs, but these spirals are native symbols. There are some words in our ancient language next to them. The light and the earth are the two faces of a same power. It's impossible to know if this is a translation or another sentence. But this is a message that would seriously displease the Inquisitors. There are some native symbols here, and some letters I recognize, as if someone had tried to write in the native language using our alphabet. Men duis dat, enon mil frictimen. This is incredible. Saint Matthias would have known about the spirit of the island and would have prayed to him. Engraved tablets. They resemble the ones we recovered in Eden. We should take them with us. The researchers would be delighted to study them. Looks like a chaplet made of pewter. It's rather basic, but it was made a long time ago, and it undeniably comes from the continent.
This is incredible. Saint Matthias is often depicted or described as using a similar chaplet. Oh, I feel so lucky to be here, in this cavern where our founder lived. I don't know if you realize the importance of what we've just discovered. Saint Matthias, the founder of Thélème, finished his life worshipping the islanders' god. This is so incredible. Although it will cause a huge upset for our nation, our cult, and our relations with the natives.
I wonder what I should do with these relics. Eugenia probably didn't imagine that Saint Matthias lived his life in a way that's so different from what they advocate. As for Virgil, he wasn't wrong. Such a revelation will certainly cause a schism in Thélème.
I know how difficult keeping some secrets can be, and this one is huge. It could lead to peace with the natives, as much as it could lead to a civil war.
I already took sides in their quarrel. If I change my mind, I'm afraid that it might be seen as treason. I'll think about it on the way there. Let's go back to the researchers' camp.
Надеюсь, тут есть срезы. Это здесь полгода бежать буду.
So, did you find anything? Or do you need my help?
We discovered a cave that was inhabited a long time ago by a whole group of people, mostly natives, who had obviously created a sacred site, as the place was guarded by a creature.
And have you found traces of our holy founder? New relics? Perhaps some tablets?
There were also frescoes on the site, representing Saint Matthias.
Frescoes? Tell me more. This is fascinating.
He was shown having his face painted by a native. On the other, he prayed to a god of the mountain.
You can't be serious. You mean to say that our saint converted to the cult of the islanders?
That is what emerges from our findings, yes. Other objects that I was able to bring back also point in this direction. Look, there are inscriptions. These tablets and also this chaplet.
This chaplet? I cannot believe it. It is so... Excuse me. I cannot find the words to express how I feel. You must come with me. We must go and present all these discoveries to the Mother Cardinal. You realize our entire dogma will have to change. So far, anyone who wanted to question it would have burned their fingers. Literally, alas.
And you think that this time they'll listen?
We have solid proof. All this evidence. With your support, we will convince her to reveal the truth.
I see. I will do my best to help you.
It seems we are arriving right on time. You did well to warn us, Brother Virgil.
Virgil? How did you know?
I'm afraid that your Excellency's lies weren't very convincing.
We were informed of your discoveries and of the danger they represent. We demand that you hand them over to us immediately, so that they can be destroyed.
How can you even suggest the destruction of relics written by the hand of our founder?
Out of love for our dogma, for our faith, and for our nation. But since you refuse to comply with our orders, you leave us no choice.
Death to the heretics!
May the enlightened protect me in this battle!
Let's see.
Do you think you can face a...
Let's see the enlightened favor. Let's see if you know how to use your weapons. May the shadow engulf our enemies!
I cannot believe that I just fought my own brothers in faith. The fact that the Inquisition is after us is very disturbing, Excellency.
We would do well to hasten to San Matthias. They will not dare to attack you there. And we will have to take care of Bishop Domitius. He will do everything he can to discredit us.
You are right. All this proves is that I will not succeed without your help. There is a risk that the Mother Cardinal will also reject our discoveries.
And if you will allow me to attend the hearing, I would be delighted to support you.
Your help will be precious to us, Father. In any case, we must present our research to Mother Cardinal as soon as possible. I will study the tablets one last time to make sure I know all their content. And I will meet you at the palace in San Matthias to plead our case.
Understood. See you soon, Sister Eugenia. Be careful.
О, сколько лута. Что? Тапки, тапки, тапки. Пойди. Шлем. Новенький шлем. Я в кустах не достаю. Отойти от этого места. Новенький шлем. Перчатки бы сейчас поменял. Тапки там есть какие-нибудь нормальные? И тапки сейчас перепрокачал бы. По нагруднику что? Где костюмчик? Вот он. Сейчас сохранюсь, на всякий случай. Вдруг мне ресов не выпадет. Может на равновесие просто вкачать все. И на броню. Теперь самое муторное начинается. Вот. Это фартануло. С первого раза. Здесь фартануло.